For as long as I can remember, I have been obsessed with cryptids. Supposed creatures that apparently inhabit the world, like the Mothman, the Skunk Ape, or the Jersey Devil. But one you might be a bit more familiar with is Bigfoot. I don't necessarily believe that a Bigfoot creature is actually out there somewhere, I just enjoy the stories. Especially people's claims to have seen it in certain video games. Like the one from San Andreas, which I'm sure we've all heard about. And if you haven't, well, too bad, because now you have. Although Bigfoot doesn't actually appear in San Andreas without the help of mods at least, there are plenty of other video games in which he does appear. So here's just a few of my personal favourites. For the most part, Battlefield is a very serious franchise, but it definitely has its quirks in the form of various secrets. Like, if you get several people together in the ocean, this happens.
Here it comes! We're dead.
A lot of these secrets are just for fun, but I find most of them incredibly unsettling. Even something as simple as a floating purple block is enough to freak me out. Needless to say, when me and my buddy saw a few footprints in the snow, we followed cautiously, expecting to become a Bigfoot's next meal. Luckily for us though, the footprints only led to an area off the map, making them impossible to follow. But instead of turning back, we searched the area, and although we didn't find any abominable snowmen, we did find a few adorable snowmen. Well, actually, these guys are pretty scary themselves. They may look like ordinary snowmen, but they can be found in some really odd places, like operating a crane 50 feet in the air. But alas, there was no sign of our elusive Bigfoot. Since we couldn't exactly follow it, we did the next best thing and fired a rocket towards the mountain the footprints led to. And destroyed any hopes that we'd actually get to see the creature. Bummer. At least we know it was out there. There are too many games that I've spent too much time playing, one of them being Harvest Moon. If you don't know what a Harvest Moon game is, it's essentially a game about farm life where you care for animals and plants, but it also touches on friendship and love. Will you be my girlfriend? Be my girlfriend? Leave your room because you're about to go to sleep? Be my girlfriend? When you get into the game's winter months, you'll notice an eerie gloom fall over the whole town, making an already somber game feel even somberer. Come at me, gramophobes, I'm keeping that in. Late at night, when speaking to some of the townsfolk, can sometimes trigger them to talk about a mysterious creature they once saw by the lake. Sure enough, if you actually go up by the lake, you'll see a monster called Muku Muku. It apparently likes fish, and I've tried my best to hold a conversation with it, but all it seems to do is call me a mofo. Nice one. Despite the townsfolk informing you that the monster is something to be feared, no one really seems to care about it. They even walk right next to it without batting an eyelid. And that's pretty much all Muku Muku does, just wander around like anyone else. Except, no matter how much love, attention, or fish you give him, Muku Muku will never become your friend.
You know what? Screw you, Muku Muku! I don't need you, you hairy Donkey Kong rip-off!
There's also a chance that you'll overhear Lumina asking Sebastian for a favor, which apparently involves him going to the lake to fight Muku Muku. You never hear what Lumina's favor was, but after Muku Muku pummels Sebastian to the ground, you can hear him say, "I just wanted to give Miss Lumina the best paintbrush I could." So I can only assume that Lumina asked him for a paintbrush, and instead of going to the store like a normal person, Sebastian went out and tried to kill Muku Muku and then turn him into a paintbrush. And I bet you thought this was a kid's game. Huh. Alright, I'm guessing Muku Muku wasn't exactly what you had in mind when you heard the word Bigfoot. But that's okay because we've still got one more game to cover. This time from the Zelda series. Twilight Princess to be exact. So, about halfway through the game, you can speak to the Zora to find out about a mysterious snow monster. It apparently haunts the Snow Peak Mountain, and once I heard about its existence, I just had to check it out. It's all very vague, but you get the feeling that you wouldn't want to come face to face with whatever's up there. But, me being me, I went up there anyways. Hey, I also don't go to bed when my mother tells me, I'm just that kind of guy. Once I'd made it through an abysmally small dungeon and all the way to the top of the mountain, I finally saw the monster just standing by a tree. I drew my sword ready to fight to the death, but as it turns out, he's not as scary as you might think. I mean, come on, would a bad guy do this? Following the creature down the side of the mountain, he takes you to his house, which is a creepy abandoned mansion of some description, even having its own resident ghost. At the house there's another Bigfoot, or Yeti as they prefer to be called, but this one is a lot smaller than the one you just met and apparently doesn't have arms. Whilst you're here, you find out that the Yetis have something you're looking for. And luckily, the female Yeti knows exactly where it is. It's right here. Nope. Here. Nope. How about? Nope. She sends you into every room in the mansion to no avail, but I smell something fishy, and it's not the giant fish in the soup. It seems to be that every room she sends you into doesn't have what you're looking for, but does just so happen to have another ingredient for the aforementioned soup. You rascal! The good news is I finally got what I came for. The bad news is that the female Yeti turned into an ice monster and is now trying to kill me. Great. That's the last time I ever make you soup. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching another episode of NPC Oddities. I'll see you next time and stay safe, because you'll never know where you'll find a Bigfoot. I'm just kidding, that's obviously Donkey Kong. Hey there! If you enjoyed this episode, please consider sharing it with your friends and giving it a like. If you want to stay up to date with me, then follow me at twitter.com/SuperGameEskimo and facebook.com/SuperGameEskimo. Thanks for watching, everybody.